Hello, artists! Today we're going to continue practicing our unseen questions. And why is it worth it to practice unseen questions? Because unseen questions will gain you 20 points on the Bagrut. Yes, 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 you've heard me right. Without studying, if you can talk about a piece of art using the 3 steps we've gone over in class, describe what you see, the first meaning, and then the deeper meaning, you will be able to gain 20 free points for a piece of art you've never seen. So let's start practicing. What we're learning about today are 2 photographs, one an original photograph from 1948, taken in Eilat by Micha Perry. This is a group of soldiers that arrived in Eilat, conquered Eilat in the Independence War, and put down a flag, but they didn't have a flag, so they had to improvise and make a flag on the spot. The flag was made out of ink and a piece of cutout blue fabric from one of the soldiers' clothes that they happened to have on them in the color of blue. It's considered a very patriotic, a very heroic picture. And then Yossi Lemel uses this photograph and quotes it to make his own masterpiece. So always in art that quotes other art, there's a reason he's quoting specifically this photograph and using it in his poster. So let's first describe it. As we said, always first stage is just describing before we give it meaning. So I see a soldier. I see a group of soldiers underneath him. He's erecting a flag in what looks like a very heroic moment. On the flag isn't a nationality, isn't the flag of Israel, even though I clearly know it's about the Israeli independence. It's 1948. The flag is red, and it has the symbol of McDonald's. It's the flag of McDonald's. There's a date on top, 1948 to 1998. So the first layer of meaning I can see from this poster is that it's talking about the 51st years of the state of Israel. Because as an art history student, I should know this very, very iconic photograph from Israeli history of the moment of the conquering of Eilat. And the third meaning, the third level of understanding would be, what is Yossi Lemel trying to say? Okay, so I understood it's about the first 50 years of the state of Israel, but why is there a McDonald's flag? And why is he using this position that's supposed to be so heroic and idealistic with a McDonald's flag? Because a McDonald's flag, maybe you agree with me and maybe you don't, is sort of like a low point in Western society. It's not very healthy food. It's very cheap. It's considered a low class. People eat in McDonald's. It's very Western. It's very un-Israeli. So what has Israel achieved in the first 50 years of the state of Israel is just becoming a chain, commercialized, unhealthy. What is he trying to say? Is he criticizing the people of Israel? Well, maybe, but there's always a flip side to it, because Yossi Lemel may be saying, hey, look, in the first 50 years of the state of Israel, we haven't stayed, a little hole in the Middle East. When these soldiers came, there wasn't anything there. They had to, fly planes and then ride jeeps and then walk through mountains and through deserts until they arrived at the city of Eilat. It's not like that today. Look what happened in 50 years. In 50 years, we've brought McDonald's to Israel. We've turned Israel into part of Western civilization. And as we know, erecting a flag in a place means this place is mine. This is a photograph of Neil Armstrong erecting a flag on the moon. The first person to step on the moon was American. Wow, what does that say about America? It puts it in the frontier of Western civilization, of technology, and that's exactly what we see in the photograph here. But there's always another level of quoting. Why is he quoting this photograph? Is he quoting it for a good reason? To show how far we've come as a Western civilization? McDonald's is here, we're not some hole in the Middle East, or is he criticizing Israel? So as long as you give evidence, you're great. So what is the evidence I'm going to give in my answer? And the evidence I'm going to give is from material we've learned together in class. I hope you all remember this wonderful class about the menorah we learned together. And just for a reminder, this is the Arch of Titus in Rome. And this arch was erected because Titus conquered Israel, which means we lost. So this arch was erected because Titus sacked Judah, destroyed our temple, and took our beloved menorah as part of his booty. So this description of the soldiers of Titus carrying booty from the temple in Jerusalem, and part of the booty, or the prize, is the golden menorah that they're carrying away from Judah into Rome through the arch. So this image of the menorah is depicted right here in this part of the arch, just above, head level of a person. A person would be like this tall about. And this is where the depiction of the menorah and all the soldiers coming through is placed. Now, as we've seen in our lessons, the menorah in Jewish art is depicted in a totally different way than it is depicted in the Arch of Titus. If we look at the depiction of the menorah from the Arch of Titus, we see it standing on these two steps. Now, just keep that in your mind. If we go to a Jewish grave in Rome, we're going to see this glass sandwich. Remember the bottom of the glass? We have two discs of glass, and in between them is sandwiched a gold leaf. And this gold leaf is carved to make a picture, a very symmetrical picture, right? The right side looks just like the left side. We see the Aron Kodesh here with scrolls inside, scrolls on the shelves here, scrolls on the shelves, probably the Torah scrolls. Two lions on each side, a very Jewish symbol and Jewish art, symmetrical lions facing each other. We see two menorahs in a very symmetrical composition, a lulav, an estrog, and a shofar, which all convey the yearning to go back to Jerusalem, to go back to the temple and to Beit HaMikdash. And we see the menorah in Jewish art has three legs that look like a fork. Very different from the two steps, which we see in the Roman depiction of the menorah in the Arch of Titus. And if I haven't convinced you, then I can bring some more images of the menorah. Who can tell me where this is from? The synagogue of Dura Europus in Syria. So we see a depiction of Beit HaMikdash, the lulav, the estrog, the menorah standing on three legs, again, just like we've seen in the catacombs in Rome and the Jewish graves on the glass sandwich. And on the right, just, for a quick rehearsal, we see the hand of God, Sarah in the tent, Isaac on the altar, Abraham with a knife in his hand and a ram caught in a bush. So the place of Beit HaMikdash, according to the Masorah, is also the place of the binding of Isaac, Mount Moriah. So that's why they're depicted in the same composition. And of course, the menorah, which was in the temple, and that's why it's depicted in this composition. And this is above the Aron Kodesh. Just a reminder where we're located. So this is the Aron Kodesh in the synagogue of Dura Europus in Syria, standing on three legs, very different from the Roman depiction of the menorah standing on two steps. And if you still don't believe me, we have some more evidence of the menorah on three legs. Another panel from Dura Europus. We see the Mishkan with the menorah and the 12 tribes of Israel all drinking from the well of Miriam. Here we see Moses and his staff, and the water is going to each one of the tribes to their tent. Again, the menorah is on three legs and not on two steps, as depicted in the Arch of Titus. Then my question is, my lovely artists, why in the symbol of Israel, which is on each and every one of your Teudat Sahoots. Yes, yes, take out your Teudat Sahoots. Please, yes, I'm waiting. Take them out. Look at your Teudat Sahoot. This is the symbol on your Teudat Sahoot. Where's the symbol from? From Jewish art? No, it's from Roman art. Why is the state of Israel using the menorah from the symbol of our destruction? Well, we've learned that quoting art always has another element to it, another layer to it. So here we see a postcard from 1948, May 1948. The Jews of Rome celebrating the establishment of the State of Israel by marching through the Arch of Titus. You thought you sacked Judah? Well, you were wrong. Jews are invincible. And where are you, Titus, now? No more Romans left today, right? All the Italians that are there today are not the same Italians that sacked Judea, but we're still the same people with the same tradition, re-erecting the state of Israel. You tried to bring us down. That symbol of our destruction will be the symbol of our rebuilding, as you learned in Ezra Hut. So going back to our question, by using the symbol of McDonald's, which is the symbol of all low in Western society, what is Yossi Lemel saying? That we've come to an all low in our 50 years? Or is he saying that this symbol of low of Western society is actually the symbol of our victory and our becoming part of Western civilization, even if in its lowest points, in 50 years from 1948 to 1998, a lot has turned from a desert, isolated city at the end of the world to part of Western civilization. And I hope you all make it there after this Corona thing finally ends, Bezrat Hashem, speedily and soon. And you will be able to see a lot in your Tiyul Shnati. And tell me yourself, has it become a westernized place connected to the West? In all aspects. So we gave evidence and we showed how the menorah, which was depicted as part of our low and our destruction, is actually a symbol of our reestablishment. And also in Yossi Lamel's poster, he's taking an image that depicts a low in Western society, but turns it into a symbol of Israeli success in becoming a Western, modern country and frontier of technology and part of global world economy community. So I hope this was an informative and a helpful video. What I ask of you is to please email me the answer for this question in your own words so I can, correct it and sharpen it with you and really get ready for this question so you can get the whole 20 points. Just a reminder, this is my email, so send in the question. The more you practice, the easier it will be. I hope this was informative and helpful, and can't wait to hear from you guys.